Here we go. You know what I find funny? Funny, haha. Um, anyways, good morning, everybody. And I'll tell you my funny is that I'm pressing, like, I can touch screen on my phone, and then I try to touch screen on my laptop, and it's not touch screen. See, they're poking at something, and it doesn't, you can't poke it. Ah, it's too funny. Oh, my goodness, my goodness. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Mary June Tracy, the Guru Mama, spiritual love of life coach, coming to you with the 411 of the astrology and the shenanigans of the planets as above, so below. Ah, yeah. So you've done that many times too. So yes, I am coming to you from the laundry room. So here I am in the laundry room. Oh man, I this last week just seemed to drag. I mean, for me, and even starting of this week, it's very. uh, I just feel like it's a stutter. It's a stutter, and Mercury right now is stationary, and the energies are a wee bit intense. And as I went through my astrological notes, the cosmic weather, the forecast of today, um, is it's pretty. It's just mucky. Let's just say that it's mucky. It's mucky, 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 and that's the way it is. I mean, this is where sort of I haven't. I was going to post this. I gotta edit it yet. But anyways, we are just soul riding this wild cosmic carnival, and today's ride is a squishy, swirly, and full of plot twists. Which is true. I mean, the moon's just swimming through. I feel like the moon is like doing this, through Pisces, like just sort of on its back, doing its thing, just la 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 la, you know, soaking up all the feels and the daydreams and the divine downloads. But make no mistake, I mean, the moon's on a mission and she's heading towards the North Node. So, meaning we're getting pulled towards something meaningful. And even if it feels like we're floating on emotional jello, the Pisces is squaring. It's squaring Venus in Gemini. It's giving us this tender heart meets overthinking brain vibe. And this is where you're going to feel like oversensitive. And yeah, I get it. I get the oversensitivity. This is where you might want to escape or maybe shop or text your ex, resist the urge. This is a day not to punish, but to reveal. Avoid any, if you're going to go get your hair done or get anything done, um, beauty decisions today is not the day to do them. Just an FYI, because you're going to regret them, especially those bangs by Thursday. So this isn't a day to go out and get yourself all done up, that's for sure. And Saturn is retrograde now, and Mercury is parked. It's like not moving. It's not going anywhere. It's parked. It's parked. It's not moving. And it's basically refusing to budge, you know? Here it is. And that means the universe is heading and handing us some homework. Just what I need, more homework, more things to do, more things to feels like piling on my plate. Even though I got today to surrender. That's the whole thing. That's my thing I wrote out this way. You got to surrender. The divine's asking you to surrender, to let go. Don't have to have control. But it's frustrating, it's overwhelming, and it's hard. And the focus of what we've been avoiding, right? So this is not a permission slip. This is a slow grind. And you're not you know what it is? It's that drawer that it's kind of like a convoy. And I feel it's the projects, the grief, the breath. And I feel we're going to get through it, but it is a grind. It is a grind, my loves. And let's not forget that Mars is sitting with the South Node in Virgo. Old fights, old patterns, old stories, about not being good enough or always needing to hustle. They're bubbling up, but try not to bite on that bait. It's a hard one. This is where this isn't about falling apart. This is about breaking free. I mean, we've heard that time and time again, but this is like we're really having to step into it and do it. And the overwhelmness is coming up, and you can't hide from the truth. That's the other thing, is the cosmic truth is coming in. I mean, people aren't especially with the retrogrades, right? People aren't going to let the Epstein thing go. They're just not. you know he's not going, this is not a time to let shit go. So it's going to bubble up like a motherfucker. you know and because people are craving the truth, people are craving to find out what's really happening, what's going on. And the doozy to all of this, where Cancer is at 22 degrees, it's exactly opposite of the infamous 2020 Saturn Pluto conjunction in Capricorn. So that cracked open the whole world, that alignment. It, tear it down. And today says we have to rebuild. This is where we are exactly 5.5 years from that point. And this is where now the echoes of the past are strong. And with Saturn and Neptune, Saturn's with Neptune now, both retrograde in Aries, and the moon is set to join them tomorrow for the first time ever. This is about legacy work. This is about putting into, what is your legacy? What do you want to, what does legacy mean to you? What does that look like, right? And we're not, you're not falling, you're feeling, and you're not stuck. You're just simmering. And we got to watch out. There's a T square that's with the moon, Mars, and Venus. And this is pressure. This is the nervous system, the heart, the inner romantic. Drink lots of water and stretch. Take breaks from the screen. Let the tension inform you, not define you. And that's really where we're at. This is a very cosmic day. I even did a little I did a little thing with everybody going scrambling on the earth, and the planets are going looking down. They're looking down at the chaos, and they're just like, yep, that's pretty much it. And so this is very cosmic today. And just watching. I'd use some amethyst for some calming, some fluorite for clearing the mental chaos, and carnelian to fire up the will without burning. Lemon balm. Drinking some lemon balm would be absolutely fabulous. Great for the nervous system. Make a tea or rub a leaf on your wrists, right? That's what I do with whenever I'm around even rosemary. I just take the rosemary, just inhale it, smell it, embrace it. It's just such a beautiful scent, right? And it just like clears everything up. So allow yourself to do that today. And our mantra for today is, the feeling is not forever, and I'm transforming even when I don't see it. And I'm not spiraling. I'm spiraling upwards. So don't confuse my stillness for surrender. Yeah, baby. This is a sacred grind. So don't push it. Flow with it. Don't wallow. Reflect. It's very cosmic. I feel the whispers of our ancestors coming in and guiding us. We have the angels. We can ask the angels for guidance and help as well. Calling in Archangel Michael. I think Archangel Shamuel would be absolutely fabulous. He's the one who leads you upon your path and helps to guide you upon your path. You can have Michael as your protector, but Shamuel, I feel, is the angel of the day to come in and help you, and he'll help you to find what you need to find, the doorway that you might be looking for. So calling Archangel Shamuel in would be a great help for everything that's going on in this cosmic crazy weather that's happening and unfolding today. feeling for me today, I'm just feeling blah, like trying to keep it up, trying to keep it going. Rain like crazy. I guess some parts of Calgary got hail. We didn't, but that's probably the Northeast out by the airport and stuff. They always get the crazy weather. We got a lot of rain and stuff today. It's a bit chilly outside today. Um, I did do, I was talking um, to Greg from the farm, Greg, and he posted this picture of this cloud, and it looks like a big UFO. It's crazy, and just the way it's the way it is, and stuff like that. And so I told him, be careful you don't get beamed up. Um, and he said that it was, you know, it was, pretty crazy. And I said, yeah, it is. It's a very crazy looking cloud. And anyways, but I said one of my predictions is that by the end of summer, sometime through the summer, I just keep seeing floods. So, and that's even with Saskatchewan and BC as well. So flooding coming in Alberta. It's mainly, parts of Calgary. I think Okotoks, High River, Ponoka, going out to Ponoka and Rocky Mountain House. So something to do with something happening in those areas. And then also Saskatchewan. I just got Saskatchewan. I didn't get particular areas of Saskatchewan, but I feel it might be in and around the lower part, sort of in a line with what is happening in Alberta, and then BC. And I think BC is going to hit hard in the winter. So there's that's coming in too. So I feel like there's quite radical weather that's coming forth for us, and I just get, yeah, quite a sense for it, and especially the things with doing with the rain and Neptune, and the craziness that's happening with that. So he's, with Neptune and Saturn together, uh that's going to cause a lot of cosmic weather. I don't know why I'm yawning. Cosmic weather, excuse me. That's going to happen for us. So, people just be prepared. So that's the other good thing about prepping and stuff is, when things like that, or a flood happens, or you get stranded, or the internet goes down, or something like that, or cell phone service. Pennsylvania, I think it was last week, I think it was Pennsylvania, didn't have 911 service. And my buddy said he didn't know that until he was just happened, the BBC thing, something from BBC came up about US, and he's like, "What the hell?" And he looked at not one peep out of any news, like CNN, Fox, or anything, the major news outlets had it, but it was all over in on Sky News, BBC, were all reporting it about it. So it's funny, like a lot of the news and that other areas are picking it up, but we may not get it as well. That's same here in Canada. There's some news outlets that totally you cannot play here in Canada. You can't even post them on Instagram. They're blocked because of sensitivity. And so it's yeah, pretty crazy. But this is where, with that Saturn and Neptune coming, it's all about that truth and wanting to have that truth come in. And, you know, the Trump Epstein thing isn't going to go away. People are going to really poke at that and really do their own investigation on the whole thing, because yeah, it's not just basic truth. People want to get to the nitty gritty. Same with, with this transit, with the sun shining at 22 degrees across the way at Capricorn, in that opposition of where they from 5.5 years ago. People are wanting to get to the nitty gritty of what the hell was that all about? What was that psyops? What was it? What were they trying to do? Right? So people are now, like, many people are waking up and asking those questions about what it was, why was this all a force on us, right? And why are they pushing this narrative and trying to get this narrative upon us? And even shutting down different um, different websites and different news areas. Like they don't want them because they come out with a lot of truth, right? And even some of the people that I walk and they have affiliates and stuff like that in like places like Kenya and that. And we don't hear what's happening in Kenya. We don't know that there's a huge uproar and a craziness that's happening over in Kenya. We don't, like a lot are standing up. There's this young man, I can't remember what country he's in, but he's standing up for his country and really wanting to make his country great again. And so he should, you know. Um this is where it's interesting. And even listening to a lot more coming out about First Nations. And everybody's like, oh, reconciliation day for First Nation. And listening to some people, why? you know a lot of the land was purchased, whether that was a good deal or bad deal. It was what it was. There are treaties in place, um and contracts in place. And it wasn't as if First Nations were really, I mean, nice to other nations. If you look at a lot of, they weren't kumbaya kind of people either. I mean, they were going around conquering other tribes and taking um, other tribes into, captive and stuff like that, and taking over and colonizing them to their ways, to their ideas, stealing their women and children. I mean, same in Africa, right? It's just happened that the English went a little bit further and than others. But you don't think that other nations would have done it if they had the technology? Think about it. So it's quite interesting, how people, and that's all the other part of the truth coming up, other things about history coming in and coming forward. And then people having to look at it. You got to look at from the mindset of that time, not the mindset that we have of today, but the mindset that we had of that time. And that's another piece. So it's it comes to a point where, yeah, there's a lot of shit that was wrong and went sideways. Um, but I feel like the energies that are coming in is like, okay, we got to start cleaning our act up and we got to start moving forward. And that there's still a lot of lessons here for us to learn in it all. And it's not something that's cut and dry. It's not something that is easy to do or easy to talk about. But that's where we're at, and that's where I feel the movement of what we have to do is going. So, yeah, a little bit of my 2 bits there. So anyways, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I have no coffee, so I gotta make myself another cup of tea. And if you are wanting to buy me a coffee, definitely you can. I have some, my August workshop is up there. So if people want to join me for the August workshop, if you're wanting to support me in any way, get a reading and stuff like that, please do. And yeah, that's all there is today, baby. That's all there is today. So have a good one, and may the Lord and Lady watch over you guys. Talk to you later. Bye bye.